Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. And today I'm going to be the duck whisperer. I'm going to try and do this one-handed. It's got access to next door's rice paddy, so I'm going to lift this blue net up, and when these guys come out it's like wacky races. Okay, it's up. It's the third time they've been out. Check it out. Tally-ho, lads. Happy ducks. Listen to that noise. Now they're not actually in the rice straw or the grass or anything like that. What they're doing is hunting, and what they're getting mainly are really small snails. There's also shrimp in here, crab, fish. Oh, Bill and Ben late. Now, I have to say, Vince and his two lady friends are not allowed out. I let them out last night about 5 o'clock. I come down for beer o'clock. I just thought I'd have some quiet time watching the ducks, watch the geese. They all came out, happy as Larry. Wasn't too bad to get the ducks back in. Geese wouldn't go back in, and then once got them back in, then the ducks wouldn't go back in the house. And I think it's because they were all full. Normally when you go in there, sort of like last light, they all leg it into the house because that's where we feed them. But they were absolutely stuffed to their eyeballs yesterday. So it took 2 of us to get them in the house. Normally they go in on their own. Brilliant. So this isn't our rice. This paddy is next door's farm that is rented out to a guy. He's a mayor in another village, and he had it cut. Said he's not going to grow rice for a little while. Have your straw if you want it, and have the straw if you want it, and chuck your ducks in here. So we still feed them the same, but bonus protein and calcium for them. It must work because it's normally like a bloody shag fest out here. Got 2 boy ducks mixed in with these, and it's non-stop getting it on. It's like a bloody swingers party sometimes. We're all throwing the car keys in. So it's obviously good for them. They're non-stop eating. When you can, I don't know whether the microphone on the camera can pick it up, but there's a noise that they make when they're finding stuff, and yeah, you know that they're happy ducks. There you can see there's a few mounds of rice straw along the far edge. Just calibrated my finger along there. That's what we've still got left to collect if we want it. It's all free. It saves them actually burning it, which is good, of course. So we're using quite a bit of it for bedding for the ducks and for the chickens. But the main bit was what I showed you on the last vlog, which was the mulching around the corn. Now, some people that do this for a living, they buy a load of ducks and then pay people to take the ducks to rice paddies in between cycles. Pay the farmer for up to about a week to let their ducks go on there. Farmers are well chuffed because it gets rid of a lot of the bugs and snails and crabs which eat the rice, and it also fertilises their paddy for them. So at present, well, we lost the duck the other day. I don't mean we couldn't find it. It just passed away. Toon carried out an autopsy. Couldn't find what was wrong with it. So this is 27 ducks. You could probably get about 3,000 on here. This is only about 2 rye. So they won't be able to keep up with the aquatic life that they're hunting at the moment. Now some people put blue net round the outside, or a line with bits of tied plastic bag on there to keep the ducks in. We don't do that, but you have to stay with them every single minute. Not that they would be off anywhere else, because there's enough to keep them busy here. They seem to prefer it to the green rice paddy, but it's people, of course. But more likely it's dogs from other areas. So you've got to stay down here and keep an eye on them. They'll probably be about an hour in here. When we're collecting the straw, we were here most of the day, and they just go out and in every sort of like 40 minutes or so. I suppose it's like having a Chinese buffet. You eat until you're bursting, can't eat anything else. An hour later you're peckish again and come out and trough again. I suppose that's what it's like. Right, we'll let them feed in peace. Just had a wander around this far side. More rice paddies lead to another rice paddy and then drain off into the river. But the ducks were getting a little bit too close. They were on the last line of here. So you just walk round softly and they head off in the other direction. It's quite chilled. It's a bit daunting when you first do it. You just think, oh my god, how am I going to control all these? They just shoot off everywhere, and they're fast as well. They're not easy to see when you first do it. But no, I don't know why, but they seem to like to stay near to home, which is good for me. You see, lots of rice straw still to collect. It'll take quite a while because you've got to trudge it over to the far side over there, stick it in our Ben-Hur chariot, and then ferry it back to where the corn is. It's a bit of a to-do, but it's well worth it, we reckon. The problem is this now is been in piles for over 24 hours, so there could be a few dangerous things in there, so you have to move it again with a rake before you start putting your hands in it, otherwise you could get a bit of a belt off something. You know, they're finding plenty of food because they're not lifting their heads much. Good, good. Happy full ducks means more eggs. I found it quite surprising when I found out people do it as a full-time job, just caring after ducks. Get paid by the owners to take care of the ducks and just go around their province looking for freshly cut rice paddies, negotiate with the farmers a price and for how many days, and then they actually live with the ducks at the rice paddy and just keep moving their duck transportation around. Not my sort of lifestyle, but although I do really like ducks, but quite a few people doing it. If our ducks were young, we wouldn't be bothered about giving them pellet, it'd just be rice and put them on the rice paddy. So only when they start laying eggs or coming up to laying eggs that you want to be giving them the pellet. Make sure that they're getting the right balance of nutrition and protein, which ours are. Now that we've sorted the feed out again after our trip from Trad. Right, they're going a bit far. I think I've got to get in the rice paddy. Off they go. Forget about wearing your flip-flops in a rice paddy. You'll lose them straight away. I'll just show you the size of snail that they're mainly feeding on. They're not big at all, but they can crunch these no problem. But they will have full-size snails. You ever have a duck that dies, and when you clean them, when you open them, you'll see full-size snails in there. I like it when they get a crab. It's like someone's won the bloody lottery. They're all chasing around each other. People have said before when we've been hunting in rice paddies at night or following the combines during the daytime, aren't we scared? Snakes and all that sort of thing. Oh, you're mindful of it, but you get used to it. Could say we're taking chances, but I don't know, you just slip into autopilot and you start looking out. I always used to say when I'd come back from my UK work trips, it would take me a week or two to get rid of my lazy eyes. A lot of us foraging don't tend to look carefully enough when we're walking. So at the moment I'm holding the camera up in the general direction, but you just watch where you walk. Snakes don't want to be anywhere near you. They know if you see one, it's normally well away from you and it's heading even further away. Apart from that, there's not much in a rice paddy that can really hurt you. Spiky stuff, I suppose. Around the perimeters of rice paddies you get the weeds. There's normally a few spiky things there, so it's normally when you're getting out or in that you tread on something. See me and Toon nicely cleared all the rice straw from these lines. I've always thought it was an incredible waste, people just burning rice straw off. But it's less to tractor in, I suppose. Beautiful late afternoon. It's a real nice time. Most of the heat of the day's gone. Most people have left the farms. And just before you put the animals away, come and spend sort of 40-50 minutes with these. It's lovely time. Lovely time. I might have to bring beer o'clock forward a bit. Just see how close they'll let me get there. One of them I just saw got a massive snail. It swallowed it, the size of a bloody gobstopper. I'm going to force them further away if I go now. Vince is not happy. It's your own fault, mate. You can see here it's quite thick, and when you're new to being on the land, what I would recommend, although it's painful to start with, and it is still painful for me, is try and ditch your footwear regularly, just to toughen up your skin on your feet a little bit. If you leave them off too much, you'll get what I call farm feet. That is not pretty, but yeah, if you don't get your footwear off, when you do want to strip down and get into these places, it's too painful on your feet. There's a lot of sharp little stones and stuff. Well, I did warn you, mate, if you didn't come back, so only got yourself to blame, ain't you? That'll learn you. If you got some spare land and you like keeping poultry and stuff, I really do rate geese. They're such characters. Really cool personalities, very funny. Ducks are coming a bit closer now. They must be approaching full. Chinese buffet is almost complete. Here we go. Someone's full. Should be straight in. Should. Gate's closed. They might come out. Just need one to go to the left. That's lucky. Just showing off for the camera. Good, 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 good. Tim's been putting our surplus tilapia in here. All juvenile fish. Just more food for the ducks. So if we can't stay with them on the rice paddy, we normally kick them out into here during the day. Most of the vegetation's gone. We've hunted it bare. So free fish.